Hey guys, welcome back. This video is episode 1 of a very ambitious project. I am wrapping my car at home. So my car, even though in pictures and maybe on Instagram, it looks pretty good, but if you look very closely, all those black spots are grooves in the paint. Some of these spots, they're I don't know how this happens, but the paint is chipped off. It's not showing bare metal, but there's definitely a layer of paint missing. It's like this throughout the whole car, and also, typical southern car clear coat failure. My hood definitely needs a good restoration too. Not to mention the recent screw up here with my clear coat, and then there's areas like this everywhere, and on the trunk there's these spots again. This car doesn't have any rust, but it does have these imperfections. This area too, the badges fell off. I thought this was adhesive, but if you look closely, it kind of ate into the paint. Same with this, and then here, and then my rear bumper. So overall, this car does need a good restoration. I think this car, the way the lines are made, is very easy for a first-time wrapper to wrap, because the hardest thing about wrapping is trying to cover all the panels separately without showing any seams. But if you look here, this trunk has a separation right there. So that means this piece can be done in one piece. And then another one separation here. So this rectangle can be done in separate piece, and then this one can be done in separate piece. Same with the hood area. Usually you have to cut a really huge piece to do all of this at once, but this car, the door is part of the top portion of the car, so all I have to do is wrap the top. And then here too, there's a separation here, so I can take this whole thing off and wrap that separately, and this pillar can be wrapped separately. I think the biggest challenge is going to be the front bumper. The front bumper is a challenge even for experienced people because there's a lot of creases, so we'll see how that goes. Now that I went over the car, the first step is to sand everything down so that it's smooth. It is a little nerve-wracking, but at the same time, like I showed, this car doesn't have any paint that's worth keeping. And I started sanding here just a little bit with some 600 grit paper. I am wet sanding for a smoother finish, because all the finish is going to be seen through the wrap. So I want it to be as smooth as possible. And a quick update, these black spots are too tough for the 600 grit. So I switched to 400 grit and it's getting a lot better. I was able to get it down to bare metal. So 400 grit it is. And then at the end, I'm just gonna go over it with 600 grit to make it a little smoother, or maybe even higher to make it extra smooth. And doing this area is the end of day 1. Maybe I spent 30 minutes total. This is just the reality of having family and working and all that. So see you guys next time. And it's day number 2. It's not the next day, but the second day I'm working on it. I've sanded down a lot of the driver's side, so this side is all done. So just to show you what I've been doing, I have these spots. I have a 400 grit sandpaper and a block. I'm just going to town with it until it's very smooth. This one's not that bad, but this particular one right here, I had to sand down all the way to the metal because it was rusting. So there's that. Welcome to day number 3. You guys probably noticed this area right here. This is a seam sealer that's gone very dry. Every 9.5 that I've seen has this issue. There is a very good instruction online on how to do this. It's straight from Saab. The seam sealer that Saab recommends is pretty hard to find as far as I'm aware. So I found an alternative, which is POR 15 patch filler and seam sealer. This is waterproof. You can apply it over rust. It's for steel, seams, and expansion joints. And if you use it, you become a professional. The manual also recommends a special tool which looks like a U-shaped chisel, and you guys know me, I'm not gonna buy that. I have this pretty sharp plier laying around. I'm gonna try to scrape all this off. I'm not going to mask any areas here because I have to sand it anyways. Looks like this will take forever, so with the magic of oh, hello there. With the magic of editing, alright, so took me about 10 minutes, and I also used some sandpaper to sand out all the crap. I don't think it's realistic to get everything out, but should try as best as you can. Also, I had an accident here, so you might want to mask off the other areas. That's also what Saab recommends, but I didn't because I'm sanding this roof anyway, so there's that. So next step is to apply the new stuff. It's been about 12 hours and it still hasn't cured all the way. It's still kind of soft. It's dry to the touch, but soft. And if you notice, it's not very smooth, even though I scraped it smooth with the plastic Easter egg thing. And even though it was smooth at the time, as it's curing, it's becoming kind of rough. And I think this is why they say this isn't good for exterior seams. So I've been kind of sanding a little bit, but I think I should wait until it fully cures and it becomes super hard. Then I might actually put another layer on it, and I know it's gonna be rough again, so I'm gonna then add a layer of body filler, then primer, and then wrap. It is the end of the weekend, so I'm gonna end the video here, but by next video I should have all of this done and be able to show you guys. So that's been episode 1. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.